Hi everyone, let's start today's call. The first agenda item is, hold on a second, Win just pinged me. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, Win just pinged me for the link. So the first agenda item is to review current sprints, just to see if there's any blocker that, or you're waiting for information from others, so that's in order to move forward. So thanks, Win, for reviewing a bunch of tickets, and now we have quite a few tickets under the final testing column. And also thanks Eric for generating the new mUzima form templates for those forms need to be tested on, and so that we can test at least like 4 tickets based on those new form templates. Is there any questions in terms of the testing part for those tickets? Is it clear for everyone what to expect, what to test on?
Oh, Eda, maybe you can explain mUzima 271 and 272. What we really need to test.
Okay, sure. Good questions. So for 271, let's just load it. So this one, basically, you need to download a additional provider to your local repo that is not automatically download when you select the form template. So let's say that from downloading the form templates, you have 3 providers downloaded. Now you need to search, go to settings, and then say add provider, and then you add the 4th provider and download to your local repo. And then you go open each of the form templates on the provider field. Try to search the 4th provider you just download additionally to see that it allows you it show up and allow you to select it. And then you save the form as incomplete data or complete data, depends on whether you fill out the required field. And then you open it up to make sure that that provider value is still there. Is it clear for this one, Rubai?
Yeah, I think it's clear. And I'm assuming we're doing it against all forms, eh?
Yes, for all forms. Yes, all the forms that you created, Eric.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
So we need to create our own provider.
This one is only on provider. Since like we have another one, 272. Look at that as well. That one is about the location, right? And you can do something very similar how you test on the provider. So what you need to do is, again, after you the initial visit, right? You select some form templates. It would download. It would because of the hard-coded value of the location. I'm going to make another example. Let's say that there were from those form templates that you selected to download, it came with 5 locations downloaded to your local repo, and you can either on the initial visit setup you can choose to add the 6th one location, or after the initial visit complete, you can go to settings and choose add location, and then add an additional location to download to your local repo. After that process is done, you go through and open those form templates that Eric created today, and enter the 6th location value and on the encounter location field, and try to see if allow you to do that. Pick and choose. and you can then save as incomplete or complete again, if you fill out all the required information. And then open it, the form template, the form data again, to see if the value that you enter for the location is there. So that's why it's nice to test both tickets at the same time, right?
Okay.
So that you don't have to go through back and forth. So another thing to test, I think, because they're also kind of related, that's why I want to make sure like all those 4 tickets are tested at the same time. The next one is the 268. That one is about the validations. So you can enter some kind of some kind of provider that outside of the local repo, the download local repo list. Let's say that earlier we mentioned that there were, the form templates come with 3, and then you add the 4th one, right?
Yeah.
And now you try to enter something that rather than those 4, to see if it immediately prompts you the warning saying that this is not allowed, and please enter one from the selected the predefined list. So you will need to test it against both of the provider field as well as the location field on the form template to enter a value that outside of the list you from your local repo list, and then it will prompt you that warning. If that's what it is, that means your that form works well with these tickets. So you also need to do the same thing for each of the form templates.
Okay. Okay.
So another one is 294. That's why I think it's okay to test at the same time. So pretty much it's like a JavaScript error, and I also previously also asked Srida what's the instruction of testing this form. If you scroll back to the instruction here, so Srida already said that you need you to be able to download all the forms and fill it out, save as complete, and upload back to the test server. So when you test on 271, 272, as well as 268, after you save as complete form data, you're able to after you fill out those form templates, save as complete form data, and then able to sync back to the server. Then that means this ticket has been tested. So is it clear for everyone on these 4 tickets?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So any more questions or comments on those tickets under the testing columns? If no, so I know that Lawrence provided updates on those CDM forms, dispensary, and also health center form that they're still waiting for the final testing comments before Simon can wrap that up. Is it correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, we would like to move those forward faster because those have been under the pre-testing phase for quite a while. So if you can help us to get those testing feedback from the CDM team soon, that would be great. So that's one ticket that I think maybe Wing can help to provide a bit more information for Srida. That is 94. This one is about this update on the teleconsultation module, because we realized that there is some conflict when we try to test on these tickets, and then we end up disable the module because it was the older module and things like that. Wayne, can you just explain a little bit what you're looking for this one before we can wrap this up?
I think for the teleconsultation module, we need to add the implement the get description that being used to pull or get discriminator, I'm sorry, to pull the discriminator for teleconsultation module. Even though it will returns the same the same value to the with other discriminator potentially, but because the method is not being implemented inside this module, it will throw exception when we try to populate the selection for the discriminator.
When are you just saying that I have some old code and I should just go through and it will be fine? Not sure. What? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, it was a little bit muffler earlier. Can you repeat?
Okay. Yeah. So when you say update the teleconsultation module, are you saying that I don't have the latest code? When if you're talking, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Yeah, if you look at the code for the teleconsultation module, because it's being loaded in the test server, this module
Okay.
was not updated from a while ago,
Okay.
and the queue handler class
Mm-hmm.
is already updated with a new method. The queue handler class now have the.
I don't think I.
Are you getting me?
Yes. Okay, I don't think I've ever done from our end, we've never done a commit to the mUzima consultation module until today, right? I don't think so. Okay, I understand. So you want me to basically do what we did for the other handlers for the teleconsultation module, correct?
Correct. Or yeah, because this class have the get discriminator, but it's not implemented inside the teleconsultation handler.
Okay.
Yeah, when we load the module, it doesn't it will throw exception and not returning the list of the discriminator correctly. I think that's the problem.
Okay. I'll make the changes then.
Yep.
Okay. So is this one okay? Or it needs like, do you think this should be handled in this ticket, or it should be like another ticket?
I think it should be another ticket, I think.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Smita and Win. Okay. It's so I think for, let me see here. $290, I think that's the ticket that, I'm sorry, not this one. 270. This one is Srita is working on, and I think Srita, did you say you have some question about the using liquid base to generate the additional columns, and if you want to discuss with Win?
Yeah. So Win, for this one, for the queue data table, I'm just basically adding 5 new columns, which is the form template name, the location ID, location name, provider ID, and provider name. So how I'm doing it is when I download the form, I also download the form template name with the rest of it. and I'm sending the form template name through the Android device. I send it to the OpenMRS server, and basically when we receive the payload and the form, I parse those values from the payload, the location ID, provider ID, name, and provider name, and I'm storing it in these columns, and I'm just displaying them on the view page for errors and queue data as well. So, are you okay with this?
You're breaking up, Sweta. I'm sorry.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, I'm just going to talk a little more loudly.
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
for this ticket, I'm adding 5 new columns to the mUzima queue data as well as mUzima error data table.
Mm-hmm.
Form template name, location ID, location name, provider ID and provider name.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I'm getting this is for the location and the provider details, from the payload, I just parse these values like the way we do in the registration, like when we try to create a patient and encounter object. Here we are parsing the payload and getting the location and provider details and storing it as part of queue data. And for the form template name, I'm going to be passing it from the Android device itself, because doing just to get the form template name, I will be doing the joins across the mUzima forms table, and then it will be joined again with the MRS form table to extract the form template name, which I think is just too much work. Because anyway, we are downloading the entire form. I'm just going to also download the form template and send it from Android from the Android device to the server. So that way I just store it directly to the database instead of doing the join. Are you okay with this?
How about if you also add the form UUID?
Sure, I can add the form UUID as well.
Yeah, just send that. I think because it's already available in the Android, I think we can just send it as well.
Yeah, it is available, but the name is not available.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have some changes for getting the name downloaded as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually done with most of it, except I just wanted to check with you about the form template name, because it was either I directly get it when I'm downloading the form onto the Android, and then when I send the form, send the data as well, or I do this join across tables. I wasn't very comfortable doing this for the display. So, I just wanted to check with you on that, but the other stuff is done. So I should be able to finish this data today if you're okay with this way of doing it, and I will show progress. Actually, I'll just everything okay for you, the rewards and all that, because this change has changes in the API layer on the mobile Android side, as well as changes across the repository on the OpenMRS side. So it will be OMODs and APIs that I will send across the snap for pre-testing, and if you guys are okay with it, then I'll show for you.
Cool. We can try this and then we can see how it goes, Sweta.
Sure.
Thank you, guys. Simon, do you want just to? I know that you just did some pull requests on a few on 3 tickets. Do you mind just to go through those briefly?
Yeah. Yeah, so those ones are all about the registration form, following the issues raised against it, to do with saving other identifiers, basically the processing of other identifiers on the device, and also introducing the new fields as raised as per mUzima 290. So I've addressed the issues. In effect, I had to do some changes in the APK JavaScript because there was an issue populating repeated fields. Repeated fields were the implementation was done for concept-related fields, but not for other fields like those we have on the registration forms. So I've addressed that one. What I'm currently testing is an issue with if we save a form that has no observation, then the APK would throw an error. And for the registration form, we don't expect it to have any observations, which I think, as per previous implementation, when I was doing the form the first time, I didn't quite understand observations and encounters. So the other identifier field was processed, passed as an observation field, and that's why it was working. But now with this change, I've made the other identifier field to be part of the patient object. That means when you save the form, it will somehow crash. So I've made an update on that. I've made an update and I'm testing it. If it's working fine, then I will send a pull request. So the next thing I would expect is I will generate a new APK that will be used to test against that form. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I understand what you mean now. Yeah, because you use the repeated elements for concepts, but the other divide is belongs to the patient object.
Yeah.
Good. It's good to know the reason so that so that everyone know why is it, and then so that and then how to fix it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining that.
So actually, the reason why it was not it was saving the other identifier fields, but when you load the form, it was not loading because of the issue with populating repeated fields. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it related to the reloading thing?
Not form reloading, no.
No. Okay. So have you guys found out why the form being reloaded twice?
That one I haven't checked yet what the issue is. But I think it would be my next thing to look into if it will still be pending once I'm done with programming the server side now to also process this registration form and the demographic update form.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. Now I've made the demographic update form exactly the same as the registration form. I mean, it has all the fields we have on registration form. But maybe just ask, I don't know whether that's the correct expectation, or were we supposed to eliminate some fields from demographic update form?
I think that's the correct assumptions, but I think maybe a question for Wayne, how the demographic update form being processed differently than the registration form?
I kind of forget. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful to know. Yeah, it would be helpful to know how the demographic update form being processed and handled different from the regular registration form.
I think even the handler itself needs work. I don't think it has been developed yet to work, unless if I'm wrong. So I think what we decide to put on the form, I'll have to also do some changes in the demographic update. And also, I don't know how exactly this would be, because if you want to update a patient, I think the fields to be loaded into the form should be the ones that would have already been downloaded to the device. And I don't think some of those fields are downloaded to the device if you download patients from server side. So I think basing on the fields we would want to update, it may require us to also download extra data from server side. I don't know whether that's the correct assumption.
I'm thinking right now. I see the demographic update form is just very similar to. I'm trying to compare it to how the web app works. I think what you're trying to say that in order for the user to know whether it should go ahead and fill out the demographic update form or not, it needs to have the original values as a reference.
Yeah.
If not, it's hard to know whether which element need to be updated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, and then most of those attributes are not downloaded. Those values are not downloaded, except the 3 names, gender, their birth, and one identifier. Yeah, so there's a lot more thought. I think it requires more like thought and discussions on the demographic update from then. So is it okay if you just create separate tickets for that and put that on hold and then just focus on the registration form for now? Is that okay? Simon? Simon, did you hear what I said? Maybe Simon's mic is not working well. But I think I will put a comment. I'll put a comment there. The demographic update form need to have a separate ticket. Let me just do it now before I forget. Okay. Is there other tickets anyone want to discuss from the current sprint? If not, the next agenda item is the mUzima test server refresh. Simon, are you back? Oh, I think it's the connection issue. So maybe we can rearrange the agenda item. Let's move to the implementation updates. So, Robai, Florida, and Eric. Do you guys want to give us the update for the implementation?
Yeah, maybe I can start. Fingerprint, we still have an issue with Java. I think Archana had requested Win to have a look at it. I don't know whether Win had got that message from that ticket.
Which one is that?
Testing the fingerprint module.
Do you know the ticket number?
Maybe you can just confirm here.
Okay.
$285.
Okay, 285. Okay, this one.
Yeah. So I've given an update along, maybe you can see through the ticket, but it seems there's still complications in getting this.
Okay. So when do you need additional information, or is clear on this ticket? Okay. So Eric, maybe you can just ping Win later.
Okay, sure, I will.
Yeah, thanks.
What is needed for this ticket, Ada?
So I think it needs to review the batch file that here, right here. They want you to review the code on these two batch files.
Oh.
So this is like the auto scripts for setting up fingerprint module on Windows OS, whether it's like 32 or like 64 bits, and then need your review to make sure like the script is correct.
I don't really understand that file. I think as long as it works, it should be fine.
So, Eric, is it working or not working?
No, there are quite a number of images I've put there. Maybe you can have a look and see the kind of errors that I'm getting.
Did you attach some screenshots, Eric? Is it what you mean?
Yeah, there's some screenshots attached.
It's not on this ticket. Maybe it's a different ticket, you mean?
They're there. I can see them even on your screen.
So these are the PDF instructions, and then this is the batch file. So I don't see the screenshots file.
This is actually in PDF. Huh? I put them in PDF.
Oh, this is. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see. I thought the instructions.
No.
Okay, got it. Okay, I see. So maybe you and Win can get time and then to go through those after the call.
Yeah, actually, when I try on the first, like when you click on fingerprint module, the first gives me a Java error that plugins are not supported. But I've installed Java properly. Tried that with Archna. I was following instructions, the one she was giving me, but it seems still getting the same problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about this, Eric?
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure whether it's Java blocking the plugin.
Yeah, is it possible you set up? Actually, I think it will be even more helpful you set up a session with Achana, so that maybe 1 hour, just as you guys can walk through together.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah, can you just reach out to her and find like a 1 hour time slot that you guys do it together?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Because actually, it was challenging for Win even to test and to review the code when there's still issues that you guys need to work through. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And from my side, this Florida,
Okay.
I was able to test this week on DMS, and good enough. Sam was around on Wednesday, and we were able to go about the blocker issues. And most of the issues have been solved. At least right now, we can work well with the DMS. The phone doesn't lock And I believe you can see our comments. Yeah. On sediment again 241, we were able also to resolve that issue. Though we've not resolved on the tickets, but at least we've given our comments, and it is now working as expected.
Right. Yeah, I saw a lot of activities on the device management security ticket.
Yeah. So the only problem that we still have on DMS is that from device side, we are not able to delete device, to unlock, to lock device, and even to unregister the device. And Sam had promised that he will fix those issues, and we will test after he has fixed that. Again, he had suggested that we will talk with Win so that he can give us the latest APK in order so that we can be able to test further before the implementation.
So this is a separate APK, correct?
Yeah, we do suspect that it is with the APK.
So can Sam provided that?
Actually,
Yes, he was able to wipe with the latest APK that he has.
So can you go ahead?
Ed, I think what Sam mentioned was that Win creates a Dropbox where they can be putting the APKs.
Yeah.
For
DMS.
reference. Yeah. And he actually said that he was going to ping Win on the same.
Okay, yeah, he just need to share that with Win in order for Win to put in the Dropbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is more like I think you guys can push Sam to do it so that Win can put in the Dropbox.
Okay. I will.
Thank you.
Okay. On my side, today when we were working with the latest APK of 19th of August, we were experiencing a problem we had reported earlier. When we were using the APK, we were able to load cohorts. Then, reaching step 2, downloading of forms, we were logged out of the application. So we've not been able, able to finish the initial wizard.
Okay, let me try to do the same to see, because I thought that I tested it. Let me see. So I will test it again, and then give you guys update.
So I'm not sure if it is our internet connection that is affecting it or. Yeah, we don't know where the problem is.
Okay, yeah, I will try to do it today, and then give you guys an update after the call.
And maybe just a question on the same, Edda. Is it possible that the application throws an exception of mUzima has failed due to internet connection?
I don't know the answer to this. Winfrieda or Simon, do you know? Eric, maybe you can repeat one more time.
The question was, is it possible that the application can throw an exception that mUzima has failed due to internet connection, poor internet connection?
Okay, I haven't tried this yet. I think it depends when that happened, right? So if it's like doing the initial research, I think it's required to have internet connection, because that's how you can download all this updated information, right, to your local report, right? So if that's the case, maybe it would not work, maybe lock you out, things like that. I haven't really tested of turning off the internet. Maybe I should try out just to see what it is. But that's what my expectation is.
Yeah, because in the process today, while you're trying it out, it reached a point and it threw an exception that mUzima has failed. mUzima has crashed, sorry. And so I was thinking, at the same time, Robai and Florida are getting the difficulty in going through the initial wizard up to the end. thinking maybe could it be possible that it was throwing the exception due to poor internet connection? Just a question.
Yeah, I would test it out and then let you guys know. I think you guys can actually even try to mimic the same thing, right? Just to see what it is. For example, you can even you have internet connection and then it's like look like it's like downloading the information. You go and turn off your internet connection just to see how the app behave.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So actually, you can try that. I will do the same as well.
Okay, thanks.
Then another issue I experienced is when filling the forms, then the screen becomes inactive. A toast appears indicating loading of forms, and then the information that I had filled disappears. Then under incomplete data, it creates duplicates of the form that I was filling. So I'm not sure if anyone has experienced the same problem.
I don't have that experience, but like the question for the last part, I mean, for your last question is about the same form templates got duplicated, same as incomplete.
And incomplete. So it creates duplicates, making it difficult for the user to know actually which form she's working on.
So what I think there's a feature under the setting you can prevent for saving the same form templates, saving the incomplete form data if you're using the same form templates and with the same encounter dates more than once. It should have a warning. So I think it's called like duplicate form templates or something. Enable duplicate form templates or something like that under the setting. So you should go there and check it. If you have that enabled, it should not allow you to do that, or it's at least like to give you a warning.
Okay.
Yes, but in terms of like the data, the enter data disappear. What do you mean? Can you provide a bit more information about that?
Like when you fill the form, then the toast appears loading. Then it takes the form to incomplete. So when you open the form under incomplete, the information that you had filled, you cannot view the information.
Yeah, some of the previously filled information did not appear, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is the reported issues that I think is about the form reloaded twice.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's the one that Sam is going to look at.
Yeah, I think it is a big problem, and maybe he should look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed. I noticed the funny thing is, it only happened to certain fields, but not all fields.
Yes. Okay, that's all I have from my side.
Thank you, Robert. Lawrence?
I've spent the last couple of days trying to work down the error queue, and one thing I noted is like 20% of the registration forms on the error queue seem to have something associated with the other identifier on the form. So while resolving the payload, I noted that the MRS number was entered with a space at the end. So I think that was what was causing the problem. So I've had to go through many of them, and I was wondering if programmatically that can be fixed in such a way that it picks up the number much as the user adds a space there, and it just concentrates and picks up the number.
Yeah, I think maybe we can incorporate like a validation that there should not be any spacings for the identify field. Yeah. Or I think it's more up to you guys to decide. Do you guys think it's better to have like a validation that it should not allow any space for the identify field, or maybe behind the scene programmatically should just remove those spaces before processing?
I think if that can happen quietly, that would be better, rather than have have the validation pop up to the user every other time they
Yeah, I think, so I would like to hear from the developers what they think, which one is more feasible to implement.
Yeah, I think we can trim the string during processing. Yeah, just to make sure there are no extra spaces that would make it fail during the processing.
So have anyone even tried to have like a space between and before the first digit, whether it also happened, not just about not just like at the end or any spaces in between?
No, we haven't tried.
Yeah, I think probably it would be good to try that to make sure so that it can be taken care of at the same time.
Yeah, otherwise I think so far it's very smooth working with the UI. We just look forward to the new changes we propose. Otherwise, it's pretty much flowing and comfortable to work with.
Okay. Thank you. This is really helpful feedback, Lawrence. So you feel like the majority of those registration form in the error queue is because of the spaces at the end of the AMRS ID?
Yes.
Okay, so this is really great to know why those are there and how that happened. So okay, I will create a new ticket just for this one, and then before that I will do some testing just to see different combinations so that one ticket can take care of all these problems.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much, Lawrence. I really appreciate that. This is really helpful because I also I look at those form data in the error queue. I also noticed the majority of the registration form. Do you think it's just out of curiosity? Do you think it's come from the same field providers, or it just happened across?
It's across.
So if it's across, I'm really surprised because most people would not tap the space.
No, I think what I would say is for those, while we all understand that not many of them had actually had the chance to interact with smartphones. So I think to them is after typing to mark that you are done with whatever you're typing, you hit that space bar or something. Most of them tend to do that. Yeah. Yeah, like just to say I'm done entering this, so they do the space and then now move to the next field that's required.
Okay, yeah. So please help me to test as well. I will do the same, just to see, for example, the space before, the space in between, and also surprised the chat digit algorithm did not really pick it up.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So the last agenda item is the test server refresh, and Simon, we did not have a chance to talk about it last time, so maybe can you just brief us what your plan is, and then things for discussions.
My plan is, I think, as indicated in the email, right now the only update we make on the database is through Gold, which would install the latest concepts. So, and the Gold comes with extra data that includes forms, the concepts themselves. So what I was thinking is, because we want to refresh, especially the viewable data that includes the list of forms on the server side, the list of providers. So what I was thinking is to have some default to set up my database and have a default list. So from the email I indicated, I would want it to be to have observations. Just a moment, let me open it. Yeah, so I wanted to update the list of persons or providers. Okay, the persons I wanted to clear in case we created any new test patients during testing. So I'd want to clear the person table to only have a default set of users and default set of patients. Then to clear the mUzima tables, that would be especially the forms table and any data that is in the error queue, and then also to have a refreshed list of cohorts. So my plan is I would set up this on my laptop and then do I migrate the data into a script that you can load onto the test server every end of sprint.
That'd be great. So yeah, I think it'll be helpful to do it in sync with when we do the sprint publications. You know, the sprint, the APK almost for sprint folder publication. It'll be the same time. That'll be great.
Okay, so I will set up I'll migrate the data and then I can upload it somewhere on Dropbox. So we'll be using that to update the server every time.
Yeah. So I think there's one more thing is that whenever all those the updated modules are released, are published on the Dropbox, those need to be refreshed in the mUzima test server as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Then so that so they're all in sync.
So this is a follow-up, Ada.
Yes.
The form entry table I mentioned last time.
Oh yeah.
It is the largest. It is holding a huge space. I think more than 3 GB. Yet we are not using it on the test server. So I don't know. Is there any effect if we clear this table, the form entry XSM table?
So when the chart. So what Simon's talking about is like the form entry is like taking a lot of space. Since we are not using form entry, can we just remove that part?
Which form entry, Ada?
I think the XSN.
Yeah, I think we can remove that part. I think it's because it's part of the goal. Probably just remove the when we refresh it, probably just exclude the form entry XSN table.
Mm-hmm. Is it correct, Simon? Is all XSN?
Yeah, it's form entry XSN.
Yeah, because we don't use those.
Yeah, we can also clean up the table currently.
Yeah, because we only
in the future.
only need the form table, right? That's it.
Yeah, we don't need the form entry table.
Yeah. Like form entry star, I think all those we don't need, especially the archive.
Yep.
So Simon, is it okay? Simon, you're on mute.
Sorry. So what I'm saying, can I share my screen so you can see what I'm? Yeah, if you can see it now, you can. I've listed the tables and the respective sizes. So you can see form entry XSN is holding 3.3 GB, which is quite huge compared to all the other tables.
Yeah, that one we don't need form entry XSN. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will refresh that every time we refresh the database. I will clear that data.
Great.
Yeah, because I think unless if we can request a special goal from AMPATH, I think this data is included in the goal. So every time we update our server with latest gold, then we'll always have to clear this table.
Yeah, just to be honest, it's probably easy for us to clear this table every time we refresh than request them to have a special script for us. I just worry it would take even longer to get that from them. Just to be honest, yeah, I just don't want to add more burden on the system admin team.
Yeah.
Unless they let you to run the script yourself, give you the privilege to do that.
Yeah. So I think I will clear it, unless if later on I shall agree with them to run it myself.
Yeah. So the best way is they give you the privilege to do that, so that we don't need to burden them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for your script, you can just not to include the form entry XSN table.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
That would be easier. Yeah. That's great.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Win. Anything else before we wrap this up?
Maybe from our side, an AOB, a question to Savai, who was working on Huawei blockers. I don't know if he has any updates.
Yeah, actually, what I noticed is that the issues are not specific to Huawei, but it's the version of Android. So if you run on any device with version 3.0 and below, then you'd have the APK crashing whenever you go to patients, the clients. But I've not established a solution for this. So it's something I'm still looking into to identify where how we can go around it.
Okay.
Just a quick one. I don't know if there's any progress as far as the marshalling error is concerned, because I think we arrived to start using cohort specific by providers out there. But as it is right now, we are limited because of the error we are getting from cohorts.
Lawrence, can you repeat?
Oh, I'm saying I was wondering if there's any progress as concerns the marshalling error for the cohorts.
For the cohort?
Yes.
Can you be more specific on that one?
I think he's talking about MRS 346. If you can recall, we filed an issue.
Yeah, that ticket. The one the system admin supposed to work on, and then they could not figure out what the problem is.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would suggest you this, because since this is like it only happened in MRS configurations. I would still suggest that you follow up with August team and also through the ticket, because if you don't post a comment there, people usually just did not remember. So try to put a comment there, and then I would do the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So if not, they just think that is not needed. I think it's also helpful maybe after you post the comment, maybe write an email as well separately. Just say that, emphasize how it's how it affects on the CDM implementations.
Okay, I'll do that. Because right now that even renders the expanded cohorts almost useless for us.
Yeah, because I don't think they realize that it's have that kind of implication.
Okay.
Yeah, because the truth is when it's affecting the implementation, it should consider critical, right?
Alright, I will do.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally forgot about the ticket because it wasn't filed under ours, and then it was assigned to a different person, so that's why and then I did not really like check on that ticket.
Okay.
Apologize.
Good.
Okie dokie. Thank you so much for bringing this up, Lawrence. This is great. So if there's no more thing, we can wrap this up. Thank you everyone for your hard work. Have a wonderful weekend. We will check again next Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice weekend.
Bye bye.
Ada, are you there?
Yes, I am. Rita, go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, I just checked with the issue that you brought up yesterday from about how if you update the mUzima, I mean the form template, like changes. Did you try refreshing the page?
So what happened is that, like, for example, if I go to the form definition, the core form definition, let's say that the form name is ABC at the first time when I save it, and then later on I pick the form definition ABC when I create the mUzima form template, and then now I go back to the form definitions, the core definition, make the ABCDE for the form name, and when I go back to the mUzima form templates page, it's not reflecting there. Even I haven't tried refreshing the page, but next time when I log in, it's still showing like ABC. It's not like ABCD.
Okay, that's weird. It shouldn't happen. I took a look at the code. It's a foreign key that we're actually accessing.
Referencing that, right?
Right, yeah, so it's going to do a join and get it. So I'm not sure why that problem would happen, but let me see again. Let me try doing that and checking if I can recreate that error.
Yeah, I would do the same as well. That's my experience from the previously, but I can try to do it again.
Great.
Thanks for looking at it. I think this is yeah, remember that when we decide like to make we make the decision that everything reference back to the form definitions, so they have one place control instead of like discrepancy. So I was expecting that when the form definition change, it will reflect on the mUzima form template as well. So that's why I find it odd. That's not the case. But I will try to let you say, refresh the page just to see if actually it's showing up. But that's not what I recall, but I can try again.
Sure. Let me know how it goes so I can test again the same way.
Sure, yeah. Because I just worry that it's affects on what you work on as well. Especially, yeah, that's why I brought it up, because when you if you just grab the UUID, but UUID doesn't change. However, if the name could be is editable if someone make changes, and it will affect what on your ticket as well. So that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. Thanks for telling me.
Sure. Yeah, I will test on those as well. Today, I think I'm going to be very busy testing on everything.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a professional certification for tester. I would get one. I'm serious. Like sometimes I feel like I'm testing the same thing over and over, and I was like, oh, that's why I really want to close the tickets as soon as possible. Sometimes, yeah, especially on a few of them that because the changes are so massive, and that there's a lot of back and forth. Those really like I can close my eyes and test those.
Yeah. We've been making a lot of changes and requiring a lot of testing, at least for the past few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So I cannot wait for the CI implement, and at least like certain things can catch before to us. Yeah. Yeah. So I think maybe Twitter Martin is very supportive of moving forward with the CI plan. I think we just need. So I don't know what you guys think. Should we dedicate some efforts, in each sprint for that, or we should do it after we have like a very stable APK release first? I'm kind of struggling like which one wait more or should be happening like parallel. So I would like you guys to think about it, and then maybe we can talk about it on Monday.
Sure, great.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So that's it from me, Ada.
Okay, thank you so much, Veda. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.